Hey yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the recent UK knife laws. And basically I'm making this video because if you didn't know, I'm a knife enthusiast. I like knives, I like collecting them, I like using them, I like knives. And today a couple of my USA friends, my American friends, messaged me telling me that apparently they've been updated, the laws. I looked through them and to me they haven't really changed, but I'm making this video so if any of you guys want to know the laws but aren't in the mood to read the whole list, you can totally like just watch a video and it'll be way easier. So first of all, I just want to make a note that if you are found carrying any of these knives I'm about to list, the maximum penalty is 4 years imprisonment and a unlimited fine. So if that's the issue to you, don't carry these knives I'm about to list. The first basic ones is you're not allowed to sell anyone under 18 a knife unless it has a folding blade and is 3 inches or less. So basically in the UK, over 3 inches, if you're caught with it, you're breaking the law. Is illegal to carry a knife without a good reason unless it is again under 3 inches. So if it's over 4 inches, you gotta make sure if it's over 3 inches, you gotta make sure you have a good reason to be carrying it, like work and so on and so on. And another thing is to carry, buy or sell any type of banned knife. So if you're selling, let's say, balisongs, a fully edged balisong is illegal in the UK. You're not allowed to carry them, you're not allowed to buy them or own one. If that rule has changed, comment down below, I'll update the video. If not, then you're not allowed to own or have one at all. Another thing that's illegal is to use it in a threatening manner. So if you're pointing it at someone and going, hey, give me money, obviously don't do that. This second bit is more for Scotland. You're allowed to buy knives from the age of 16, but you have to have your parents with you. Once you're 18, you can buy them fully legally on your own, which is obviously very good. Right, so now these are more like the full UK laws and rules. What I'm about to list are knives that are legal to carry outside. Most of these you can own them, but if you carry them outside and you're caught, you'll get punished, obviously. So the first type are lock knives. So lock knives are not classed as a folding knife because when you open it, I have one here, it's a lockback knife. When you open it, it's in a locked position. You can't shut the knife on its own. You have to push this button on the end, then it folds and shuts. This is classed as a fixed blade if you carry it outside, so obviously you can't do that. And obviously there's multi-tool knives. These knives, when you open them, there's a little liner lock. You have to push and then shut. You can't just shut it. You have to push and then shut. Those are illegal to carry outside unless you have a good reason, like if it's for work or something like that. Then there's butterfly knives, also known as balisongs. These are knives where the blade, this is a trainer, so it's perfectly legal, is inside the handle. So when you shut it, the blade goes inside the handle. Those are totally illegal, but they're very fun. So if you own a trainer, don't take outside, but it's obviously very fun. It's a good hobby. Then there's disguised knives. These are knives that are designed to look like other things. So for example, I'm sure you've seen them online. They'll come in a comb or something like that, and in the adverts the woman will be using it, she's combing her hair. Then a robber or an intruder will come in and she'll twist it and then pull it out, and in the handle there'll be a knife. Those are illegal. Also, if you're in court and you use a disguised knife, that is very bad. It looks like you're some sort of violent person, so that's something to be aware of. Flick knives, also known as switchblades. I don't own any because they're banned. You can't even sell them in the UK. And what that means is basically it's like an automatic knife. You don't open it by doing anything. It's not a manual opening thing. Like for example, my multi-tool, you have to manually open it. A switchblade is any knife with a button that you press and the knife shoots out. It doesn't shoot out at the person, but it like comes out on its own. The most famous types are stilettos and OTF, which is out the front knives. So make sure you don't carry those around. Stealth knives. A stealth knife is a knife or spike not made from metal. So what that means is you can actually buy plastic knives, which are basically like one-time use knives. They're really good because they don't rust. So you can have them in the shower or like in the bathroom. And like it's good for intruders. So you can quickly get it, stab them if you need to. I don't recommend it, but you know, that's the reality of it. But they really are just like one use. Like if you are going to use it for defensive purposes, you're only going to use it once. Yeah, so that sort of stuff. What else? Gravity knives. I don't have a gravity knife, but Balisong kind of counts as one. It's basically a knife where gravity is what's doing most of the work. Gravity and momentum. Like for example, that move I just did is mostly gravity and momentum. So that counts as a gravity knife. But of course it's a trainer, there's no edge, so it is legal. Swords. So a sword is classed as anything over 50 centimeters. This law was put in place in 1954, if that matters to you. Swords, you know swords, long knives, you know. So yeah, don't carry those outside. It classes here samurai and just traditional swords, so don't carry those. Sword sticks, which is the next one. Now sword sticks is basically it's like disguised knives, but it's more like if you have a walking stick and like someone tries to attack you and you twist it and there's a knife that comes out of it, like canes, that's the popular one. Those were another type, so that again, like illegal, don't do those. Zombie knives. A knife with a serrated edge is what they're classing it as. I personally class a zombie knife as a knife that looks post-apocalyptic, but apparently I don't know much about knives. I've only been studying them since I was like 7. So if you realize this knife has a serrated edge, a bit like a saw, that's illegal. This knife is basically illegal like everywhere. Well, not everywhere, in the UK everywhere. What's another one? Push daggers. Daggers. Any knife that's not designed for slicing but designed for sticking. I personally don't like push daggers because they're impractical. I like stilettos. Stilettos count as push daggers, but eh. And the next type of knife is a blowgun, blow pipes. You know, like you get a pipe, you put a dart in it. That I don't count as a knife, but that's part of like the list, so I'm listing it in the video. Very self-explanatory. Telescopic truncheons extend automatically by pressing a button in the handle. So basically like a knife where it gets longer when you press the button. I never understood this. I've searched a little bit online and I kind of understand it, but not really, so I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to give you guys misinformation. What's the next one? Batons. So basically sticks. You can actually get telescopic batons, which is, I find it quite cool. Like you'll like flick it, like it gets longer. It's quite cool. The next is now from here is what I register as Japanese type knives and stuff like that. So if I pronounce it wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just here trying to give you guys the information. So the next one is called a hollow kubutan, a cylinder-shaped keychain holding spikes. So it's basically a keychain tool which is a spike. It's as simple as that. Like when you're getting attacked, you'd grab it with like your keys in your hand and the spike coming out, and you'd do whatever you need to do. Or you can use it as an ice pick, which is the PG version of what it's for. Next is shurikens, which is basically like throwing stars. Shurikens, throwing stars, you know. I know I'm gonna mess this one up. Kusarigama, a sickle attached to a rope, cord, or wire. It's basically like the hollow kubotan. It's like a spike that's attached to like a rope. You can also make one with like throwing knives and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically what it is. They're very unlikely to find in the UK anyway. I've searched a little bit about them before I started making the video. I couldn't find any. If you find any and you want to buy them, make sure you use it inside your own house or private property, otherwise again you'll get punished. Kayu Ketsu Shog. The ones I can't pronounce, I'm going to put the spelling on the screen. I already know I messed up some of these. A hook knife attached to a rope, cord, or wire. So that's basically a knife with a curve in it, like a hawkbill blade, which I don't personally have. But again, it's like attached to a wire, so you swing it around. Kazawi, which is a weight attached to a rope, cord, or wire. These, it's just as it's saying. So I'm going to use rope as an example. And there's like a ball of weight on the end, and you just swing it at people or use it as a tool. I personally see knives as tools, not weapons, but you know. The next is hand or foot claws. These are an interesting piece of equipment. There's basically like a stick, you grab it, and there's like a, on top of the stick, like imagine I'm holding a bar. I'll use my ballast song. And there's this piece that comes over, and on that piece that comes over, there are like spikes. So when you punch people or things, you also puncture their skins, leaving possibly dangerous wounds. Next are knuckle dusters. Everyone knows what knuckle dusters are. They're basically like you hold a piece of metal, just like the last one, and there's a piece that goes over your knuckles, and that's usually metal. And it also says at the bottom, like, contact your local police to see if your knife is legal or not. And yeah, so at the end it tells you what is a good reason for carrying a blade. And the ones it lists are if you use it for work, taking it to a gallery or museum to be exhibited, theatre, film, television, or historical reenactment scenes. It will be used in a if it's used in a demonstration to teach others how to use it. And it also says in the bottom, even if you have it for any of those reasons, it will be decided in a matter of court whether it is legal or not. So basically, all those knives I've just listed are knives that are illegal in the UK to carry outside. If you didn't, the basics of the law is if the knife is under 3 inches and non-locking. So basically, this is a Swiss Army tool. It's got multiple tools in one. That's why they're so popular. The blade on this is just under 3 inches, and the blade itself doesn't lock. Like, I don't have to press anything. I don't have to do anything. It just it's like a it's called a back spring. It doesn't lock like some of my other knives do, as I've demonstrated. Swiss Army tools, at least in my experience, are the only properly legal knife as long as you're over 18 and you're carrying outside. And yes, that's the video. I made this video mainly because I want to do knife reviews, and I'm gonna keep in all those reviews, I'm probably gonna keep referencing UK law. So when I say that, I can literally just put the link and send you straight to this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you sort of understood what I've been saying. I know I haven't explained it that good. like, subscribe, and I'll see you later, guys. Peace out.